Hey guys, what is going on? It's Mobile Nick Mechanic, and today I'm going to show you how to do an oil change. Alright, now we're going to be doing an oil change in this 2012 Jeep Liberty. It's a 6-cylinder engine car. It's got over 180,000 miles on it. It's running in great condition. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to show you how easy it is to do an oil change in this vehicle. And most all gasoline powered engine vehicles, oil, we're not talking about hybrids, we're not talking about electric cars, we're talking about grade A fuel based vehicles. I'm going to show you how simple it is. We're going to go over the steps so you can do an oil change on your car to save you. Alright, okay, so the first thing you want to do is gather your tools. Now all we're really going to need for this job is a 13mm wrench. I prefer to use metric. I don't really like standard 3/8, 5/16, 9/12, whatever. I like the simple 1 through 20, 25mm, whatever. And we got an oil filter wrench. Get a hold of it, twist it off. And right here we've got some oil and the oil filter. This is what we're going to be draining the oil into. Obviously you do not want the oil to touch the ground. You don't want to dump oil into the ground or anything like that. You can get fined by EPA, all sorts of problems. Be safe, take care of your chemicals. Alright, one of the first things you're going to want to do when you do an oil change, shut your vehicle off, pop open your hood, come over here and pull out your dipstick. It's going to be much easier to fill the car up with oil properly when it's got an opening inside of the tank. That way it doesn't go blub 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 blub. It just pours in nice and smooth. Right over here, it tells us what kind of oil we need. For my Jeep, we're gonna need 5W20 viscosity, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pop that off. And another step you're gonna want to take when you do an oil change is let the vehicle cool down if you have the option to. The longer the car runs, the hotter the oil gets, the greater the chance of burning yourself becomes. And obviously you want to wear gloves. I don't have a pair right now. I'm going to wash my hands. I don't have any open wounds, so I'll be fine. And again, you're always going to want to keep your oil updated, keep your oil clean. The cleaner the oil is, the longer and better your vehicle's engine will. And yes, one more thing, make sure you do the research before you start the job. Figure out what kind of oil you need, gather your oil filter, locate the drain plug, find out where the drain plug is. So once you get underneath here, you can go straight to work. Right there is the oil drain plug. Do not get it mixed up with the transmission drain plug. Transmission pan is right here behind the oil pan. Do not mess it up. And after that, you're going to want to locate the oil filter. This way you can get straight to work, know exactly what you're doing. This may be hard to see. The oil filter is underneath here. Where is it? Trying to crawl. Just saw it a minute ago. Let me take off my glasses so I can get down here. Okay, so it's actually right there. Okay, so locate the parts, location for the plugs. Now we're gonna get drain pan ready. The Jeep Liberty that I'm working on, that's my vehicle, has holds 5 quarts, which is exactly what I got, 5 quarts. Not many people are happy of the house brand that I chose, but hey, you buy the oil you want to. Obviously, the better quality, the longer it lasts. I chose to get the best deal I could. And yeah, this is where the oil will be dripping. And for the Jeep Liberty, we're not going to be jacking it up. It sits high off the ground already, so we're just going to crawl under it. Alright, now it was on there pretty tight, so I went ahead and used a 13mm socket along with my socket wrench. And you want to be very careful with this because this is not a bolt you want to strip. If you strip this oil drain plug, it can turn a simple job into a nightmare. So yeah, I went ahead and loosened it with my socket wrench. Now I'm going to take it out, make sure it drips in the pan. This oil is going to be very hot because I just drove like 30 some miles to get to my location, and boom, there it goes. Put that there. We're gonna let it drain. We're gonna clean our hands, and we're always gonna wear gloves. Whew, that was fun. And the next thing we're gonna do is take off the oil filter. And like I said before, you know, let the oil drain for a good several minutes. It's gonna drip and drip. Make sure to clean up your mess. Don't let the oil go where it doesn't need to be going. It's going in the drain pan. Just let it drip. When we remove the oil filter, oil is gonna come out of there as well. So we're gonna move the drain pan over. We're gonna give this a little bit to drain, then we're gonna put the oil drain plug back in there so we can move the oil pan over to yonder. Now I highly recommend that you have some kind of tool for the oil filter to take it off with. Now a lot of times it's a simple twist on, twist off. A lot of times you can do it with your hands or with a rag or something like that. But depending on who changed the oil filter last time, some corporations, some shops, even some people, they will tighten the ever-living hell out of it. And that's not a good thing. You don't need to tighten it extremely tight. Oil filters are fine when you hand tighten them. Tighten them pretty good with your hands, you know? Alright, and coming back down here, we'll notice that it is barely dripping. We've let it drain for several minutes. It's barely dripping, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the drain plug back on. Alright, we're putting it in there and we're twisting it by hand. We're going to use the tool to tighten it. We want this on pretty tight, but not too tight. Okay, it's on hand tight so far. We're going to slide this over and we're going to go get the ratchet wrench, socket wrench. We went ahead and twisted this. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. If righty-tighty ever becomes righty-loosey, then that's a bad thing. Okay, let's get back down here. Such a nice day today. Sorry for the terrible camera angle. Okay, there we go, nice and snug. And then we're gonna put the tools back. Always put your tools back, keep them safe. My 15 millimeters in my other box. Okay, now I am a one-man team. There have been a few videos in the past. My daughter's helped me out with recording or little things like this. She helped me with my Mazda B2200 I had, doing fuse checks. Had one of my ex-girlfriend's dads years ago helped me with my his Toyota Tacoma. We're taking off the door panel. I don't even remember what we're doing to his truck. But today, like most of the times, it's just me, so you're not able to see me use this tool. But underneath, while it's connected to the engine, you know, I took this, I gripped it, and I twisted lefty-loosey, and I took it off. Now it's already been loosened, so we're just gonna come under here. And I know the angle's terrible. Trying to get my hands on anything is damn near impossible while trying to record for y'all. Okay. So yeah, I've already loosened it with the tool. I got my drain pan ready right here. It's gonna get a little messy. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, and then we're just going to take it off and let it fall. Ew, it's splashing on my face. Okay, it's almost off completely. Hand's burning just a little bit, but not that bad. Okay, twisty. Ah! Oh, that's messy. Okay. Now let's get out of here. And like the oil drain pan, we're gonna let the oil filter location, we're gonna let that drain for just a couple minutes. And I've already got the new oil filter right over here. I've already taken some oil. Lubricate the ring. Another very important step you want to take, always lubricate that ring. If not, it can get really hot, it can seize up on the engine, and then taking it off can be a pain in the ass. And sometimes you'll need to scrape the gasket off and just follow the steps. Oil changes are really simple jobs, but there are critical steps you always need to follow. Okay, all right, I really don't want to crawl on the ground again. But I already put on the oil filter. Sometimes the oil filter can be a pain to put back on due to the angle of the notch where you screw the filter in. Sometimes it can be a pain. I hand tightened it as tough as I could. I already hand tightened it as much as I could. The new one is on, and now it's time to fill up the car with oil. Now, it's always a great idea to use a funnel whenever filling up oil. That's where we're going to dump the oil. I left my funnel at my house. I'm over at a friend's house right now working on my Jeep, so I don't have a funnel. Now, I've poured oil hundreds and hundreds of times, so I've got very steady hands and I know how to do it. Okay, be very steady. I did spill a little bit. My engine will smoke just a little bit to burn off that oil. Yeah, my engine may smoke a little bit just to burn off what little bit of oil fell on the alternator and whatnot. If your engine smokes after an oil change, it's not usually a problem because, like I said, sometimes we miss. Even with funnels, we might miss a little bit. Went ahead and put the cap back on. Before I start it up, I'm going to check underneath to make sure it's not dripping. There's a little bit that I missed right there, but I'll clean that up with some cat litter or floor dry. Now, next thing to do, the job is technically done, but as a professional, as someone smart, we're gonna check our work. We're gonna start the car up, turn the vehicle on. Whoops, keys are in my pocket. Start the vehicle up. Check underneath the vehicle after you've done the oil change. This way you know everything is tightened. Everything's tightened and nothing is leaking. Okay, everything has been tightened very well. Nothing is leaking. Let the car run for, I don't know, 20-30 seconds. For 180,000 miles, this engine is damn clean. I got it at a really good shop. The gas mileage sucks, but I bought it for power. Okay. And yeah, last thing we want to do is check the dipstick, make sure the oil level is good, and that will wrap it up. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out doing your own oil changes. Like I said, follow the steps. Make sure your vehicle is off. Don't turn it on without any oil. Make sure you clean up the oil and you don't drip any in the wrong places. Don't dump it out in your yard. Don't do anything wrong with it. We're going to take that used oil. We're going to take it over to O'Reilly's, Advanced Auto Parts, Advanced whatever, who cares, Walmart. We're going to take it, give it to them. They will dispose of it properly, recycle it, do whatever. And, you know, if you guys have any questions or you run across any problems, comment, like, subscribe, talk to me. I'll interact with you. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. So have a great one.